Yes, and straight into the season we go. And during these winter months that we are talking about right now, it seems our immune systems take a bit of a beating. I know you can relate to me right now. We've been all riddled with some sort of allergy act up or flu or cold, and they are making the round right now, and it's just tissues as far as the eye can see, right? Now, today we're going to be joined by a naturopath. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but we'll find out right now. Her name is Dr. Shavit Sachs, and she's here to discuss the more natural side of healing this winter. So clearly I am absolutely excited. Doc, how are you doing? Good morning.
Awesome, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, this is exciting. This is like right up my alley. Nature boy at heart here. Talk to me about what's happening when it comes to the allergies, the season, flu season. Is that an actual thing? Let's establish that firstly.
Yes, it definitely is something, flu season. But you know, with allergies, there are, you know, sort of seasonal allergies.
Yeah.
Obviously, everyone knows about hay fever. There are things that do come up in winter that often don't come up in other seasons. That's because we spend a lot of time inside.
Yeah.
We don't spend enough time outside. We are exposed to things like dust, dust mites, mold.
Cuddled up in a blanket, just staying
Exactly,
up.
exactly.
Yeah.
No fresh air because it's so cold.
Yeah.
But they are very real, and they are here because it's winter.
Okay, so let's talk about maybe some ways in terms of, let's say, harnessing nature, right? Because the way I understand it, you call yourselves a naturopath, right? Is that correct?
Yes.
What exactly does that mean?
So naturopathy it's a modality within, you know, the greater term of holistic medicine that uses nature cure. It uses the body's innate ability to heal itself in order to essentially heal. You know, using nature is not just necessarily about using like what nature has given you, so food and herbs and teas and that kind of stuff, but it's also about using the nature that is us, you know, using our body's innate ability in order to heal.
Nice. So it's almost like this becomes like a catalyst to wake up this machine that it's
Basically.
able to heal, able to thrive,
Yes,
able to do all these crazy things. And these things are beautiful to look at as well.
Yes.
It tastes good. It's something you can find almost everywhere, but yet it's almost like active medicine, right?
Yeah.
In a weird way.
Yeah.
So what can we do, and what are we looking at right now in terms of healing powers? How do we harness this? How do we combat some of these things we spoke about that do come up in this time period, like a cold or a flu and things of that nature? Is there a way that we can tackle this or potentially harness this at home?
Absolutely. So the first thing I want to say is we have a beautiful spread here, but the core of naturopathy is about root causal treatment.
Okay.
You know, if you've got allergies, you're getting sick very often, it's ideal to look at the root cause, to look at why is this happening, and then obviously also to treat it. No one wants to, you know, I'm not going to send a patient out who's all allergic and be like, bye, we'll chat to you when you're better, and then we'll heal you from the inside out.
I like that. So it's almost like don't just put a Band-Aid over it, actually heal from within, find out what's causing that issue in the first place. I love that. All right. So maybe you can talk to me about like what's going on here, because this looks like something that I think anybody potentially could even do at home. It looks like these are quite common ingredients, right?
Yeah. So we have here some cayenne pepper, turmeric, ginger, garlic, lemon juice, and some honey.
All right, this screams like teas.
Yes,
warm brothy
you
drinks.
can make a really nice tea from it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna make the nice tea.
Yeah.
If you'd like to join me. So
yes, please. Let's get into
We've got some ginger.
Okay.
Okay.
And I would imagine all of these have various health benefits, I'd imagine. I know a lot of people talk about things like honey providing good energy, a slow release source of energy. It doesn't spike it. I hear there's things like anti-inflammatory properties in some of these things. Do you know much about that at all?
Yes, of course.
Does the list kind of go crazy?
The list does go crazy. I'll tell you why I'm making this one specifically, because cayenne and turmeric and, well, you can add some garlic, that would be quite nice, but they're very pungent, and I don't think that the viewers are going to be very happy when they taste a turmeric cayenne-ridden drink. But
quite overwhelming.
Yes,
an experience.
absolutely.
Yes.
So let's add a little bit of honey for some taste, and this is essentially ginger, garlic, lemon, water, and honey.
Nice.
And it will make a very nice drink, especially when you're feeling a bit like under the weather. You want something a bit nice and nourishing.
Okay.
I don't know if you would like to give us a little try.
Yes, I would love to do the honors. Thank you very much.
In general, you should let the ginger steep a lot longer. Sort of half an hour at the very least, or boil it on the kettle. But it's not going to be
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
Okay. So it really does taste good. I love the balance of the lemon and that honey that you've got in here. The garlic isn't as overpowering, but I can still taste it.
Yeah.
And I think that might throw someone off if they're chasing just a good taste.
Yeah.
But what I am aware of is that my dad, for many a year, every single day has been eating garlic, and his breath would smell, but yet the man never got sick.
Yeah.
And he would honestly drink all the time, and he would have the worst diet, but somehow the man never got sick. And I was like, there's got to be some method to this madness.
Garlic is a very powerful herb.
Okay.
It's very powerful. I mean,
This is nice.
Awesome, enjoy. You know, when you're sick, something you can do is if you take a garlic clove, pop it in your mouth, bite it, and then swallow it like a pill, it can be very helpful.
Ooh,
it's
nice.
not pleasant. I'll put it out there. It's not pleasant. You know, I also have here some stinging nettle tea.
Okay.
You know, it's very earthy. I'm not always the biggest fan of this, depending on my mood, but I would love for you to try it and tell people what you think.
I would love
Stinging
to.
nettle is a very powerful herb, especially in allergies. It's got very high nutritive properties. It's really good for blood building, and it's just really, really good for allergies.
I like that. It's not. I was expecting something bitter, like the ground itself.
Very earthy.
It's got an earthiness to it, but it's not unbalanced. It's got a great sort of level where I think you could just add like a little bit of honey or lemon into this, and it would make it pop and taste delicious too.
Absolutely.
I love this. This is incredible. This is a way that I think we can all harness some of the powers of nature, like we're showing you right now, and inherently activate this thing inside of us. Doc, you've been incredible with what you've done. Thank you for this. I see, is there anything else we needed to go through?
Sure, yeah, this is just very exciting. This is called a sinus irrigation. So, in naturopathy, we like to use a neti pot, which is sort of like, looks like a teapot and you put it on your nose. I don't like neti pots. I find them really icky to use. So that's why I like having a sinus rinse. I mean, it's essentially just a bottle like this. You can add some essential oils, you know, some tea tree or some eucalyptus, just to add some extra sort of decongestant properties. But you put water in here, and then you put like a salt solution of bicarb and salt, or you get sachets. You shake it up, and then you fill it with water, and you squeeze it up your nose.
Oh, wow, okay.
And it's very unpleasant the first few times you do it, but it's very powerful in decongestion. Yeah, it's using, you know, hydrotherapy, water therapy, which is also what this is for a sinus compress. I'm going to run through that really quickly. So we've got some hot water and some cold water. I won't do it for you because you have a day of filming to do. Essentially, you're going to pop the towels in your water.
Right.
Okay. You're going to start off with hot water. So you're going to wring out the towel. Okay. Then you're going to put it over your sinuses. I'm not going to sort of here, or even open it up. So it goes over your area here.
In the face.
You leave it on for 3 minutes. You pop it back in here. You take your cold. And then you wring it out again, and you put it on for 30 seconds.
Oh, it's like hot and cold
Hot and
therapy,
cold,
so it's making that blood flush.
Absolutely, because water brings blood, and blood is healing.
Nice.
Do that 2 to 3 times, and sinus congestion will be abated.
And again, harnessing that natural ability to flush and purify. I love this. Doc, thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you so much.
I think, Mzansi, this is something that I think is empowering, this is educating, and this is something that you want to learn and get involved in. So if you want to know maybe some more of these remedies, how you can harness the power of nature and activate this magical thing you have been blessed with, then maybe reach out to the doc right now. She's online, she's available. If you're in Cape Town, she's based in Sea Point, but she's a plethora of information. She's studied it all the chemicals, Western, Eastern, you name it. She's got us covered, and someone that's definitely looking after us. So thank you for coming through this morning.
Thank you so much for having me.
serving us in this cold month of winter, and I hope you enjoyed that, Mzansi. Yeah, let us know what you thought.